thought we'd take a walk today. It's a beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning. She loves to run. Here's the old barn. There's 2 tractors, and the barn is too short for either one of them to fit in. It really is very beautiful and serene out here, and I used to walk pretty often, but we have coyotes around here, and several months ago, while I was walking my dogs, Justice and Tank's our pit bull, but he lives with my daughter now. But anyway, I was walking our dogs one morning, and I was carrying my pew-pew because, again, I live on a large acreage, and we have predators here. So as we were walking, both my dogs ran off into the woods. I started calling them, and Tank came back to me, and Justice did not. All of a sudden, I started hearing howling. At first I thought it was Justice, but it was not. I know what my dog sounds like. It didn't sound like a hurt howl, but definitely long piercing howls from a single canine. Thankfully, not too long after that, Justice comes running over the hill, and she comes and stands by me. Next thing I know, I've got a coyote headed towards me. So I have my protection, and I set off 3 rounds towards a large tan coyote, and then to my right, a tan and brown coyote comes running to the other side, and I got 2 shots off at that one. They both ran off, and of course my dogs pursued, and it took me a minute to get out of the woods because I was in a pretty thick thicket, and came back towards the house. Both my dogs met me about halfway. They had ran towards the barn. That's the way the coyote had went. But since then, I don't walk in the woods by myself anymore, especially since I only have the one dog now. Justice is the only dog that I have with me now. I haven't seen either one of those coyotes since, and I do have several trail cams put up, and so far I've only captured the brown and tan one time. So I'm hoping that I have scared them off and they don't come back, but I'm still vigilant. It scared me enough to where I don't go walking anymore. So today's going to be another busy day. It's going to be nice and hot, so I'm trying to get started early this morning. I have some more starts that I want to put into the ground. I've got beets and broccoli and some Brussels sprouts that I'm going to put in today. So come join me. If you look, there's some deer tracks, and you can see where the deer have been nibbling on my plant. On that one too. I'm gonna have to build bigger cages. Okay, it's getting warm. I did these seedlings a little differently today. I still did my 13-13-13 fertilizer, a little bit of water, and then my first 4 I just planted. But my other seedlings, my broccoli and my Brussels sprouts, were really just too tiny just to stick in there in the plain soil, so I added a little potting soil to give them a little extra boost. Okay, next I'm going to put in my beet starts, and I have some purple cauliflower and a couple of mustards. So those will be the next things that go into the soil. And I'm going to do the 13-13-13 fertilizer, a little bit of water, potting soil, and plant. So I had some small problems today. My cell phone overheated on me today, so it cut off in the middle of the video, but that's okay. It was hot enough to where I went ahead and called it a morning, and so there may be a part 2 for blanding. But we've got some weather coming in. Looks like it may rain. I'm gonna go ahead and collect my eggs for the day. Hey, chicks. So, I got 2 eggs here. I'm beginning to think I don't feed them enough. And I have 6 eggs here, so there's my 8 total. These roosters are just so pretty. That's going to be Rob. Even though I got 8 eggs, I'm going to check in here real quick too. Oh, look, 9 eggs today. That's pretty good. So, 9 eggs from 10 hens. I've got to clip her wings. Okay, good morning and welcome to day 2. I'm going to go ahead and finish getting my beets in the ground with a couple of other odds and ends that I have in my cart today. Okay, so I got all my starts in, and I found this, I guess, pig fence panel, and I'm using it to cover half. I'm going to have to go get another piece to finish it off. Anything to keep the deer out of them. Because my phone keeps overheating, I'm not going to play with time lapse today. I'm just going to do a before, and this is after. This took all day. It turned into an all-day project. I took the fences back and I weed-eated, and it looks much better, giving the peas more room to grow, not choked out by weeds. And if you're wondering why we use the fence, this is what makes a big difference with the fencing. I have fence here, fence there. Everything's good. Nothing's been eaten, unless it's been bugs. So here's 2 peas side by side. One's been eaten and one has not. And these are just outside the fence. These have been eaten. Everything on this side of the fence has been eaten by the deer. So this is why I have the fence up. It works. So I've been fighting the rain on and off all day. I got drenched earlier. It has been a really busy, hot, muggy day. And all I want to do now is to go take a shower and go eat dinner. So you guys have a great day. And I'll catch you later. I may have an electric fencing addiction. Yesterday I went out and pulled up all the wire that I had set out in the garden. Today I'm going to put it into, or unload it into my second junk pile. A lot of the things here are destined for the dump, but in the meantime they'll sit here and until then. Well, the sun, even though it's early, the sun has come up over the trees and it's starting to get hot out here in this field. But I have some extra starch that I held back from earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and put them in the ground now. I got my hair up and it's hot and my camera died. So I'm just going to show you some shots of what I planted. I planted 2 more peppers. I gave that one a little drink. I planted a pea. It may make it. And I planted the extra cucumber, pumpkin, and cantaloupe that I had. However, the bad news is that all my beets seem to have died. And I haven't had a lot of luck with my broccoli or Brussels sprouts. I have 2 survivors here and here. So I guess that's good. I have finished up my planting and did a little hoeing. Now it's time to re-secure the fence. One of the reasons that fencing has become so important to us is this whole area is surrounded by deer fencing, the single wires. We have 4 levels of it, but they still get in. It's like they just walk right through it. I have discovered by experimentation, we did it with our tomatoes. Once we got them wrapped around our tomatoes, the deer kind of stayed away from them. So then we tried them on the peas, and the peas have worked really well. They've stayed out of them. Anyway, So I went ahead and invested in more netting. I got the poultry netting. I got the 100 feet. So it gives me lots of room to work with. We can put plenty of vegetables in here and keep them safe. My uncle-in-law has theorized that the deer believe it's a trap, so that's why they stay out of it. So I'm going to go with that. All I know is that it's working so far. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, the deer stay out of our vegetables. So, peas in the fence, peas outside the fence, in the fence, outside the fence. So no matter what the reasons, it's working, and so I'm going to keep on doing it. It's that time of the day. It's time for me to feed the chickens and put them away and make sure that they're secure for the night. When I first came here, there was an old chicken coop here. I have torn it down and rebuilt it and added tin to the sides. For extra protection, I purchased the Premier1 poultry fencing, and I have this mainly to keep the predators out. It does a good job keeping the chickens in, mostly, but I want to keep the predators out. We have coyotes, raccoons, possums, bobcats. We've caught bobcats on our hunting cams. Just a variety of predators. Oh, and don't forget the fox. I forgot about the fox. But we have a variety of predators that would love to get in and eat my chickens at night. We're not having that. So primarily my fencing is to keep them out, and it has done an excellent job so far. So I'm very serious when I say I love Premier1 Fencing. So far it's done an excellent job, not just with my chickens, but also keeping the deer out too. So am I addicted to my fencing? I'm gonna say yeah. I love my fencing and I would be lost without it. So that's gonna be it for my fencing video, our fencing vlog. So if you enjoyed my video, please come back. We'd love to have you. Subscribe, like, hit that bell for notifications. You guys have a great day.